You identify as someone who has an internet addiction, but you do nothing to solve it. The first thing you can do, which is very simple, very quickly, I've already suggested the extensions, the Google Chrome extensions. I don't make any money or anything from that. I just think that they're super helpful and I have them enabled. But really the second thing, which it goes so much deeper, because there's a lot of guys who will download those extensions, turn them on, and then they'll end up being Jeffries again. Within a few days, they'll disable all of them, delete them all, back to normal. You've probably tried this, right? You've blocked YouTube or porn before, and what happened? When someone tells me he installs some extension to block porn or YouTube or whatever it is, honestly, if I'm totally honest, I think he's a bitch. When someone tells me that, when he says, oh, Hamza, you know, there's this YouTube extension where you can just block yourself from going onto YouTube. Or you can use this website that then just stops you from going onto YouTube, bro. You can use this website that stops you from... One, you sound like a little bitch because have some fucking control over yourself. But two, every single person who downloads something like that, who sets up one of these, like, oh, you know, you go on this website and then you can put it in that you get locked out of YouTube for 90 minutes and you've got to focus, or, you know, have you seen this forest app? And so you're about to do 90 minutes of work and then you click on it and then a tree shows, and if you stay productive, then the tree gets bigger, but if you don't stay productive, then the tree dies. Bro, are you fucking 10? Are you 10 years old? Are you like a dumb little child who needs this little dopamine, who needs an extra app? To help him from internet addiction, you need to download an extra app, which is all gamified. Oh, I'll get this tree. Oh, add me on Forest, bro. I've got 10th prestige. Like, fuck you. I've got 10th prestige. I've got the gold skinned tree on the Forest app. Pomodoro technique, anyone? 25 minutes of work? What's wrong with you? You know, the reason why so many guys are coping with these low tier strategies, a lack of purpose. It's simply this: if you became more masculine, if you became more purposeful, you simply would waste less time. Your standards for living go crazy high. You might not even believe this. Let me tell you some examples from my own life. What level my standards have got to with time wasting and, you know, with my lifestyle being aligned to my purpose. My purpose, like my current purpose layer, the focus of my life right now is financial freedom. My cheat day is a chicken salad. I'm not even bullshitting you. I felt bad because I went off my usual, like, eating schedule, because I ate dinner at 7 p.m. And I vowed to never make that mistake again. I ate dinner at 7 p.m. and I felt bad because that was off my sleeping schedule and it was too close to bedtime. And I will not make that mistake again. That's a weird example for me to give, but what I'm telling you is, when you really narrow in on your purpose and you find your mission as a man, like this, you know, the purpose and mission sound so weird and, like, you know, like, hard to explain. They sound mysterious. And everyone online talks about them, don't they? Oh, you gotta find your purpose, you gotta be on the mission. None of these guys actually ever explain to you what these things actually mean. You can say your purpose is kind of like the biggest core goal that you have right now. Maybe it's to finish your studies, maybe it's to, like, get a good job or to level up a business, maybe it's to get some kind of freedom from a business so that you don't have to work the shitty job anymore, so that you can go and travel the world, or maybe you've got enough money to help your family. Maybe the purpose right now, the goal right now, is just focused on the gym so that you can build a body that you're proud of. It's like the biggest goal in your mind, right? When you really have this big goal in your mind, this one big goal, and you're making decent progress to it, you no longer waste your time. You no longer need the Pomodoro technique. You no longer need the fucking Forest app or these extensions. The ones I've recommended at the start of this video, they can be nice, especially if you're a YouTuber and, like, for your work you have to go onto YouTube. But the idea of, like, just blocking YouTube as a website, totally, blocking the porn apps, that's not gonna do shit because you'll uninstall them. The reason why is because you still want to do those things. I don't want to do, like, I don't want to, like, just watch some bullshit random video on YouTube. You might agree, but your actions suggest otherwise. You want to waste time because you're not filling your time up with other things. And the reason why, I can tell you right now, 2 reasons. Either of these reasons will explain why you're a little bitch. Your beliefs or your traits. Either you believe that you shouldn't work so hard. You believe that you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You believe that you should have like an hour at the end of the day to like rest and unwind. Unwind by hyper stimulating yourself on TikTok and video games. Is that unwind? Is that unwind? Oh, but I just want to rest. I just want to rest at the end of a day. Is your brain resting when you play video games? A hyper-stimulating activity. Is your brain resting? All these little video gamers, anime watchers, or these guys who love TV shows who say, oh, just 1 hour just to, to rest at the end of the day, to unwind. Your brain isn't resting from that, so you have a poor belief system. But maybe it's just your traits. Maybe your belief system is in the right place. Mr. Tate has raised you well. But now it's your traits. You still have these poor habits where you still, for some reason, you end up, before you know it, back onto YouTube. That happens, doesn't it? Before you even know it, before you were consciously aware of it, you've already clicked on a video and you're hooked in. It almost feels like you have a lack of control, doesn't it? The reason why this happens, you are unconscious. If you keep finding this to happen in your life, where, for example, you end up watching porn like before you know it, you get these intense cravings for the food you shouldn't eat, and it's almost like you feel powerless to them. You instantly get angry or emotional, and you say things that you later end on regretting. These happen because of a lack of consciousness.